Yeah, we're getting ready to get started. So good to see y'all this morning. So good to see you. Who do we see? Jimmy, MUK, Nakiri. How you doing this morning? Barbara, good to see you this morning. Encounter Church, Jacksonville. Good to see you this morning. Fantastic. All right, let's see who else we have in the house. Who else is in the place? We're getting ready to get started this morning. It's just about 8 o'clock. Hey, John Lacey, good to see you this morning. So glad you're here. Hey, Maria, thanks for joining. Hey, Chip, glad to see you this morning. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Y'all are so fantastic. Hey, whoever the LinkedIn user is that's just saying, hey, good to see you this morning. All right. Hey, Vic Sandoval, good morning. Good morning, Lachelle Adkins. Good to see you this morning. So glad that you're here. All right, listen, we're getting ready to get started. It is the top of the hour, y'all. What's happening, everybody? What's happening? Robert Kennedy III here, RK3. That's me, and welcome to another Monday Mindset Movement, the show where we give you about 15 minutes of motivation, inspiration, and elevation designed to get you rocking and rolling through your week. So glad to see you all this morning. Vic Sandoval, good to see you. Lyd Griffin, good to see you this morning. Johnson, good to see you this morning. Brian, good to see you this morning. Mary J, good to see you this morning. My goodness, so good. So many fantastic people in the space this morning. So glad that you're here this morning. Well, listen, here's my question for this morning. How do you find your people? How do you find your people? How do you find out what you need and who you need to get what you need and to go where you need to go? How do you do that? Well, listen, this morning, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Colin Caleb, good to see you this morning. Sharon Kendrew, good to see you this morning. Listen, we're getting ready to move into our session right now. But before we jump into it, I want to share one thing really quickly. If you are a real estate agent or you know a real estate agent and you want to be better on video, you want to know how to tell the right story at the right time, how to set yourself up for success, how to create visibility and attract your ideal client through video story marketing, then join us for the Video Story Bootcamp Beta. This is for real estate agents. If you are a real estate agent or you know one, then join us for the Video Story Bootcamp. Go to rk3live.com/VSB Beta. rk3live.com/VSB Beta. Join us for that and save your spot. All right, y'all, here we go. Bam. Hey, y'all, welcome to the Monday Mindset Movement. Come on, if you want to join the Monday Mindset Movement community, just head on over to MondayMindsetMovement.com and click that button, get connected with us there. So this morning may be a bit more instructional than inspirational. Yeah. All right. Hey, everyone. Good to see you all this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. This morning, as I said, maybe a little bit more instructional than inspirational. We really try to get you moving and pumped up through to go into your week, right? But this morning may be a little bit more instructional. And here's why. I was inspired to do this. I had a dinner this weekend. And there was some conversation that took place at this dinner that caused me to want to speak about this morning. So I was inspired to do this because the topic of dating came up. And of course, if you are, I'm this August, I'll be married 23 years. Woohoo! Hold on, let me get my my applause on here because that's big. Thank you very much. All right. All right. So I'll be married 23 years, and I do not really remember what the dating scene is like. But I do know that there was this point before I got married where I did kind of feel a little bit alone. I did feel a little bit lonely, right? I remember that. And so this conversation came up this weekend, and we are the people that we were with. They were saying, "Man, it's hard out here in these dating streets," and they were going through a lot of different challenges that they were having. They were talking about being in contact with people or getting in touch with the wrong people all the time, no matter what they did, whether it was a dating app or whatever they used, or whether it was, an event that they went to. They just seemed to not find the wrong people. And they started to call out some things like, they're not finding people who are independent. They're not finding people who are clear on what they want, or there are cultural mismatches, right? They're finding people who just there's some cultures that are more dominant. The male is more dominant or whatever. There's some people who are controlling. They're just not finding what they want. There's just the dating scene for them was is hard. And they were saying there are, they really can't find good people. And I started to just ask some questions. And one of the questions that I asked was, okay, so where are you hanging out? Where are you hanging out? And I shared an example because I was previously a high school teacher, and I've been around young people for quite some time. And there are some situations where you go into and you find people, or you find young people or people who are just unclear, just all over the place. They're just, hanging out. They're not really driven. They don't really know where they want to head or what they're up to. But I shared an experience because I spoke at an event a few weeks ago, and it was a student leadership conference. And these young people were headed to internships. They were headed to a lot of different places. And it seemed to me that almost everybody that I talked to at that event, men, women, whoever you want to say, whoever I spoke to, there was a common thread amongst them. And it seemed like most of the people that I spoke to had a unique focus. They were articulate. They knew where they wanted to head, even if they weren't sure 100% of where life was going to take them. They knew what they were doing next, and they spoke about it with curiosity. They spoke about it with passion, and I was just enthralled. I love the fact that this group of people, they were able to just have this drive about them, this ambition, this go-gettedness, if that's a word, right? of where they wanted to go, of where they wanted to head. And I wondered what it was about this particular group of people. Why was this particular group of people that way? Why was this particular group of people different than some of the other groups that I'd been around, right? I'll share another story. There was a friend of mine recently who attended a conference, and he came back from the conference, and at this conference there were a lot of other small business owners who were ready to just go to that next phase in their business. They were hungry for business growth. They were hungry for tools and tips and techniques and strategies to grow their business. And they were just on fire. They were at another place. And so my friend, who's already fired up, came back from this conference and sent me a message pretty much saying, "Bro, you've got to get to this conference. And if you get a chance to join the mastermind, do that." So why were this group of people this way? He said he was around people, and he just felt uplifted in a certain way. He just felt successful because he was in the room with success. He just felt focused because he was in the room with focus. He just felt like he had found his tribe. He just felt like he was in this place. And I compare this to another business phenomenon. In business, when you decide that you're going to market your business or market a product in your business, you typically develop a target market, right? And so you ask some questions like, what is their challenge? What are they like? What do they read? What do they watch? And where do they hang out? And that where do they hang out question is huge, right? Because when you ask that question, where do they hang out? It's not that you're creating something expecting them to come to you. What you're doing is finding out where they hang out so that you can figure out how to get to where they are and play your message or share your message there in that place. And so when we have people, when we're in situations in our lives, whether it be dating or whether it be personally, where we feel uninspired, where we feel tired, where we feel fatigued, and we feel like everything's the same and nothing's changing, I've got to ask the question, are we willing to do what it takes? Are we willing to take the step that is necessary to get to our tribe? Right? I'm loving what Nathalie's saying on Instagram. Nathalie's saying the power of proximity is critical. It's a power move. Yeah. Right? Are you doing what it takes in order to get to your tribe? I'll say it this way. If you simply want a tribe, stay where you are. If you want to find the tribe you need, then you may need to fly. I remember several years ago, before I got married, as I mentioned early in the show, I was at this place mentally and emotionally where I kind of felt like um, I wasn't finding a spouse, or I wasn't finding someone that was a fit for me. And so a friend of mine, what we did was we were having this conversation, and we were in the state of Massachusetts at the time, and we decided, you know what? We're just gonna fly to California. Right? We literally flew to California, and the idea was just to meet some people who were in a different space, in a different circle, so that we could connect differently and maybe even find a relationship. So if you simply want a tribe, stay where you are. If you want to find the tribe you need, then you may need to fly. So how do you find your tribe? How do you find your tribe? Yeah, sometimes flying is necessary. Sometimes moving is necessary. Sometimes changing your locale, your location, your environment is necessary. But before you even do that, you can fly all over the place. And here's how tribing works. Here's how life works. A lot of times you can fly to wherever you want, and you may still attract the same type of people that you're attracting now. You may still attract the same stuff that you're attracting now. And the reason that we attract the same stuff no matter where we are sometimes is because we go before we're clear on who we are and what we want. We go before we're clear on our tribe. So one of the things that I want to share with you this morning is get clear on your tribe. And I'm going to share with you 5 questions as you seek to gain clarity on your tribe. So as you're seeking to gain clarity on your tribe, ask yourself these questions about you, not about them, about you. What am I passionate about? What am I passionate about? What is it that I'm committed to, that I'm convicted about? What is it that lights me up? What is it that brings me life? What am I passionate about? And then number 2, second question that I want you to ask yourself as you gain clarity on you is, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? That may be your career. That may be, a hobby that you have. It may be a goal that you have. What is it that you want to do? And it doesn't have to be the final answer. It doesn't have to be the final answer. Right? But it's got to be the answer. It's got to be an honest answer. It's got to be a clear answer about where you are right now. And see, this is the issue and the problem that a lot of people have. They feel like they've got to have the final answer, and so therefore they shy away from giving any answer. So what am I passionate about? What is it that I want to do? What do I want to do? Choose something. And the third question I want you to ask as you begin to gain clarity on you is, Who do I want to become? Who do I want to become? I might say that a different way. I might say, how do I want to be known? Right? Who is it that I want to become? Do I want to become, and it's okay to say this, do I want to become someone wealthy? Do I want to become someone well known? Do I want to become someone who's known for being kind? Do I want to become someone who's got a business legacy? Who do I want to become? Be clear on that. Here's another question that I want you to ask yourself as you gain clarity. What experiences do I want to have? What experiences do I want to have? Do I want to travel? Do I want to go to the Grand Canyon? Do I want to develop? Do I want to travel around? I mean, if I want to travel, that may mean that you want to hang around people who like the RV life. I've got a friend and they spend a month or so every year with their RV traveling around the country with their family. And they meet a lot of great people that way, right? So what experiences do I want to have? Don't base that on anybody else. Think about what you like and what experiences you're after as you look at the internet or as you look at books and you read and you see different pictures of things and places and you're like, oh my gosh, I'd love to visit there. What experiences do I want to have? And then this is the last question that I want you to ask yourself. What kinds of conversations do you want to have? And this is crucial. This is important, right? Because part of relationship, a big piece of relationship is communication, and you get closer to people and you create greater relationships with people when you can have synchronicity or when you can have connectivity in your conversations. So what is it that you like to talk about? What types of conversations do you want to have? Do you want to have conversations about other people? Do you want to have other conversations that are complaining conversations? Or do you want to have conversations about the future? Do you want to have conversations about big ideas? Do you want to have conversations about business? Do you want to have conversations about legacy? Do you want to have conversations about fatherhood? Do you want to have conversations about how you can contribute to the world in a greater way? What types of conversations do you want to have? Right? Those 5 questions will help you gain some clarity on what you want and therefore the tribe that you're looking for or the tribe that you need. Right? So once you have some clarity on you, then you can join some groups that lean into those things because you're clear on you, right? Then once you join groups, make sure that you join groups and participate. There are a lot of people that they say they're interested in something and they join a Facebook group and they just lurk on the side. Right? They just lurk on the side. Listen, if you want growth, if you want relationship, if you want connectivity, if you want community, you've got to participate. Participation is that key. That helps people to see you. That helps people to know a little bit about who you are and whether or not you're compatible or you can create connection. So join groups and participate. There's so many different options online. There's meetups. There's Eventbrite. There's Facebook groups. There are virtual and in-person options. Join groups and participate, especially once you've gained that clarity on you. Find out where your tribe that you need, find out where they're hanging out, and then join groups and participate. If you want to be a real estate investor, join real estate investor groups and participate. Right? And then the third thing that I want you to do is, and I'm giving you a lot of instructions this morning, right? So get clear on your tribe, join some groups and participate. And then I want you to volunteer where your tribe is volunteering. Man, giving up of yourself and serving others is huge, right? Volunteer, because sometimes when you're volunteering, when you're giving of yourself, when you're serving outside of yourself with other people, that is one of the greatest moments. It's like, that's why they tell you to go on mission trips, right? Because when you're serving others and you're volunteering and you're giving outside of yourself, some of the greatest connections come because of that. So volunteer where your tribe is volunteering. And then the last thing that I want you to remember, as you look at how to find your tribe, stay out of judgment and give relationship a chance. Sometimes we can go to a specific space and we see people and we immediately jump to judgment, and then we don't give those relationships a chance. Stay out of judgment. Sometimes the tribe that you need may not come immediately dressed in the clothing that you expect. They may not come immediately as the age that you expect. They may not come as the color or the people that you expect, right? So stay out of judgment and give relationship a chance. All right, so we're at time here. We're at time, and I know that you've got some stuff. I want you to get into your week and rock it, right? So here's some actions. Here's 3 actions that I'm going to give you for your week. Number 1, as I gave you those 5 questions earlier, take a moment and get clear on the tribe you need by getting clear on what you want. That's your first action for this week. Take a moment and get clear on the tribe you need by getting clear on what you want. Second action for this week, find at least 3 places that the tribe you need hangs out. Find at least 3 places that the tribe you need hangs out. And then last thing that I need you to do, thing number 3, make at least 1 written or verbal connection this week. All right? Make at least 1 written or verbal connection with your tribe this week. Hey, y'all, listen, I hope that was, even though it was instructional more than inspirational today, I hope you found it valuable. Today is Monday, and we want to shift your mindset to a place of growth, but it doesn't just start and stop on Monday. We want to encourage you to take your Monday mindset into tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. Make a choice. Move. Start a movement. Be a movement. Join me next week, Monday, for the Monday Mindset Movement at 8 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And for those of you that are on Twitch, we're on there too. Hey, do me a favor. Check out our quote for today. Look for your people in unexpected places. Life stage doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. Find your people. Find your tribe and make a difference in this world. All right, y'all. See you next week, Monday. Peace.